Diving in deep to the world of crypto. You're listening to Vorpin AI.
Buckle up, everybody. We're diving deep into crypto this week. And let me tell you, things are getting interesting.
Interesting is an understatement. Some coins are like holding strong while others are shooting through the roof.
Exactly. And, this is all happening while, the economy's kind of shaky, right?
Yeah, with inflation still lurking around, this week's crypto action is a total eye-opener.
For sure. So today we're focusing on, we've got Stellar, Cardano, and, of course, Dogecoin.
Oh, can't forget the Doge.
Right, the meme coins back in the game. And we're going to cover Ripple and Avalanche, too. We'll break down the why behind all the market moves. So, by the end of this, you'd be like, crypto pros.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so first up, we're starting with Stellar. Remember Stellar? It was kind of in a slump for a bit there.
Yeah, for a while it was down, but get this month, it's up a whopping 30%.
30%, man. That's pretty impressive.
It really is, especially because, it's coming off that long downtrend,
Right.
that support level at $0.36. That's like a solid base for growth,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And just recently, it jumped to 0.4356. I mean, that's a 7.43% jump. But
hold your horses. There's something we got to factor in here. It's called the Chaikin money flow.
Yeah, the Chaikin money flow.
Think of it like, when you're checking how much gas is flowing into your car's engine?
Gotcha. So is it flowing strong or?
Well, for Stellar right now, the inflows are still a bit weak. It's not a smooth ride just yet.
So even with that awesome jump, it might not, keep going up.
Right. It could keep climbing or it could hit a wall. It's still too early to tell.
Okay, so the big question is, can Stellar keep this momentum going?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. Now let's switch gears to Cardano, which, it took an 8% dip this week.
Yeah, a bit of a tumble, right? And considering how, the economy is doing, it might seem like a bad sign.
Right. But I mean, crypto markets, they're known for being kind of unpredictable, right?
Totally. You got to look at the bigger picture. And for Cardano, that picture includes a massive $1.2 billion in open interest.
Okay, so for those of us who don't live and breathe crypto, break that down for us. What's open interest and why should we care?
Good point. So open interest basically tells us how much money traders have poured into Cardano's future. It's a measure of how much they're betting on it. And in this case, it's a lot.
So even though it took a dip, people still have faith in Cardano.
You got it. And historically speaking, Cardano tends to find a safety net around the 90-cent level. So bouncing back to, say, a 96 cents, totally possible.
And long term, most forecasts are pretty optimistic about Cardano, right?
Yeah, and that's largely because of some really cool network upgrades they've been working on. Think faster transactions, smoother scaling, the kind of stuff that makes developers and users happy.
Those kinds of things are huge for adoption, right? And adoption usually means more value.
Yeah, exactly. Now, ready to talk about the, shall we say, the elephant in the room?
Oh, you mean the Doge?
Dogecoin is back, baby, and we're seeing some serious whale activity.
Yeah, we're not talking about your casual Dogecoin enthusiast here.
Yeah.
We're talking big players, huge money.
Exactly. We're talking whales investors with deep pockets who are snapping up massive chunks of DOGE. Think 410 million Dogecoin, which is, let me do the math here, about $140 million.
That's a lot of dough for the Doge. But here's the kicker, right? All this buying is happening while the MVRV ratio for DOGE is negative. What does that even mean?
All right, so the MVRV ratio, it basically tells us if people are holding DOGE at a profit or a loss. A negative MVRV means most holders are underwater right now.
So they bought high and now the price is lower.
Exactly, and that's what's attracting these whales. They see it as a signal that Dogecoin is undervalued.
So it's like they're betting on a comeback.
That's the idea. And with all this buying power, their bet could push DOGE toward a rebound, maybe even as high as $0.48.
All right, so we've talked meme coins, but what about something a little more, established? Ripple hitting that $3 mark is making headlines. We haven't seen that in, 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years. It's a big deal, and there are a couple of things driving this rally. First, there's all this excitement about a possible spot XRP ETFs.
ETFs, right. Those are exchange-traded funds. But what does spot XRP mean?
It means investors could trade XRP directly on regular stock exchanges. That would be huge for bringing crypto into the mainstream.
Makes sense. And the second reason, I'm guessing, has to do with the political scene.
You got it. With the new Trump administration, there's a lot of buzz about more crypto-friendly policies. That's making investors optimistic across the whole market.
And Ripple's growth definitely reflects that optimism. I mean, a 490% increase in just 3 months. That's wild.
Definitely shows how much confidence investors have right now.
All right, last but certainly not least, we have Avalanche, quietly making its move up the ladder. It's climbed almost 10% this week, landing at $39.48. What's the story there?
Avalanche is interesting because of what we're seeing in the on-chain data. It basically shows how active the network is. And for Avalanche, it's looking good. We're seeing strong support levels, which means there's a lot of buying pressure.
Okay, on-chain data, support levels help us out here. What does it all mean for someone who's, still learning about crypto?
So on-chain data is all the info that gets recorded on the blockchain, stuff like transaction volume, the number of active users, and that kind of thing. It tells us how healthy and active a crypto network really is.
So basically, it's like looking under the hood to see how the engine's running.
Perfect analogy. And for Avalanche, the engine's humming. All this activity suggests it's gaining real traction and could be headed for a breakout towards $50.
Okay, wow. So let's recap, shall we? This week in crypto has been a whirlwind of resilience and some pretty amazing wins.
And it's all happening within this bigger economic picture, which just goes to show how interconnected everything is,
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how these different worlds keep influencing each other in the weeks to come. So I'm curious, of all the coins we talked about today, which one are you most interested in? Let us know, and we'll see you next week for another Crypto Deep Dive.